Hey everyone, and welcome to Night at the Improv. Night at the Improv shows every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the show where you direct my design, and after spinning our word for tonight, beach, given to us by Conjure Up Nails. Thank you so much, Kristen from Conjure Up Nails, for giving us our word for tonight, beach. If you would like to direct me to do a design, leave a comment below your word and I'll add it to the spinner. And who knows, maybe next episode, your word will be chosen. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So after spinning, we are required to use one background color. So I'm going to be using this white by Rosalind. I'll leave my products in the description box below. I wanted to thank you guys for waiting for this post. Things just got a little too busy last week, and for some reason I just have not been sleeping. So it's really good that I caught up on some. So I'm able to do this design for you today. But yeah, so I'm putting one layer of this onto each nail, and we're going to do a beach scene for the design. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. For this next part, I'm going to be using the number 16 from Rosalind to paint out the beach. And each nail is going to kind of show a different area of the beach, I guess. So we're going to do a full cover onto this nail. And I believe I really only needed one layer. It doesn't have to be prominent because we are going to be putting on this clear acrylic on top of it. I want to texturize the nail to give it a sandy look, and this is a really nice way to represent some sand if you are intending on doing this design. And for this next nail, I'm going to be using Rosalind's 2705. It's going to be a that transparent blue, and I'm going to be painting out some ocean. And I only put one layer of this. I'm not going to go too crazy with the layers. I kind of like it how it is, but I wanted to paint out the ocean. And on this nail, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm only going to put it on the lower biased half of the tip to create a beach look where the water meets the sand. And then I'm going to take that number 16 from Rosalind and paint the other side. I'm going to try not to get into the blue, because I like how it's leaving a nice white line. It's making it look like the water is foaming where it's hitting the sand, and that's kind of what I want. I'm going to be putting the clear acrylic over the sand area, and that's going to texturize the nail. I am going to do this again on a second coat because we're going to be drawing up some lettering on the beach. So again, I'm taking my 2705 from Rosalind, and I'm going to put another layer of this acrylic. And then I'm going to go grab my ball tool, and we're going to start writing some letters on here before we cure the nail. I love the beach, and in my younger years, I would totally go almost every weekend from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I would get super dark in my tanning, but I can't do that anymore these days. It's best to stay away from the sun. But I'm going to write here a beach bum because that's practically what I was. I would always show up to my favorite beach here in New Jersey, which is Point Pleasant, and I would just lay out there all day, and then afterwards like hit up their bars. And that was kind of a typical thing that we do in the summer. I guess being from New Jersey, the ultimate question is, have I ever seen any of the Jersey Shore cast members? And I have to say that not in Point Pleasant, but at Belmar, I did see Sweet Sammy, and she was really short. Surprisingly short. I thought she would at least be taller than me, but I think she might have been by a little. It was pretty interesting, but yeah, at most that's probably all that I've seen going down to the shore. With the acrylic sticking to that sticky layer on the water side, I'm going to be spreading out this white polish and let the texture do its thing. After the spin, our first decoration for tonight is going to be caviar beads. So when I saw beach come up, the first thing that I thought of, aside from the sand, was clamshells, starfish, rhinestones, pearls, stuff like that. Not so much caviar beads, but I'm going to I think it's gonna work out because I'm gonna take a caviar bead and put them into these clams, like they have pearls in them. So they're not exactly pearls, but I think it'll work out, and I have to work in these caviar beads somehow. So I'm just taking this nail extension nail nonstick hand gel from Born Pretty, and I'm gonna make 3 different charms, and I'm just spreading them out to look like little shaped clams. And here I am placing down the caviar beads right in the middle. And then after I cure that, I'm going to make another set of 3 clam shells, the other halves, and that's going to be the cover of the clams. Now just you can look at how I'm going to put these 2 together. While these 3 balls of gel are uncured, I'm going to take the other halves and just stick them down in there. So that acts as its own adhesive, and we'll have a nice half opened or half closed clamshell, however you want to say it. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. And then I'm going to be using my Beetles rhinestone glue, and we're just going to stick this on the nail that we did, the full color sand, and I'm going to throw in a couple of these little starfish just to complete the look. These are so cute, and yeah, if I could only I'm trying to be gentle with them because they will break. After our next spin, we have to use the decoration of stamps, so I am using my Born Pretty stamping plate BPL017, and I'm going to also be using my Born Pretty stamping polish. It's in a sand color, it's BPTC11. And I'm just going to grab a number of stamps on here. This one down here is, it says Paradise, and it's got a beach theme going on, so I'm just going to use that. And because these nails are so long, I'm going to see if I can pull any more images off of this plate, because otherwise it's just going to be a really tiny stamp on a long nail, and I really want to fill it out. So after picking up the image, I'm going to take some clear tape and just clean up the edges here. As you see, it picked up some excess off of the plate that doesn't have an image. And that's probably the quickest and easiest way to clean up your stamper if you don't have a lint roller that works. And I'm going to place this at the lower tip. And I want to make sure that the width of the image covers the nail, and that's going to dictate how low I go onto this tip. In the unboxing of Born Pretty stamping polishes I did last week, I mentioned that colors like this that are yellowish tend to not show up very well, and that's with any background color you use. I could have used white, I could have used a darker color. I mean, maybe I guess I could have used black and it'll show up, but the problem is I'm trying to keep with the beach theme. So as you see here, it's not super dark. In my eye, I could see it very well. In camera view, you definitely can't, but that's just one of the drawbacks with some of the colors when you're doing stamping polishes. But here I'm going to grab, it's another scene. It says beach party, and there's some palm trees, and then this stamp here is says travel on, and there's an airplane. But yeah, we're just going to fill up this whole nail. I'm going to use the same color stamping polish and just fill out that beach on the bottom, and that's going to be it for our stamping decoration. To top this off, I'm going to cover it with matte top coat so that hopefully in camera I'll be able to take some good photos. And after our last spin, our last decoration is going to be rhinestones. So now I'm going to be placing them on each nail and just finding moments to make them work onto each nail. I am using the Beetles rhinestone glue, and then I'm also topping that with the Born Pretty matte top coat to seal that all in. And I'm going to be using a mixture of this blue rhinestones as well as starfish. I'm going to be using some flat back pearls as well as clear crystals and caviar beads. That's a lot to say. There's a lot of stuff onto one nail, but the combination just gives me mermaid vibes, so I always like to make these combos when I'm doing beach themes. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. And here is our end result. for our word for tonight, beach, given to us by Conjure Up Nails. Thank you so much, Kristen, for giving our word for tonight, beach. If you would like to direct me to do a design, leave a comment below your word and I'll add it to the spinner. And who knows, maybe next episode, your word will be chosen. That was our clams and starfish on the sand nail. And here is that stamp nail. It's got paradise in the bottom, beach party in the middle, and travel on top. And I tried to do a matte so that you can see it. It came out really nice. It's unfortunate. It's better to see in person than in camera. And then last but not least, we have our beach nail that says beach bum. The water came out so nice and the writing in the sand came out really good as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me at Night at the Improv every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. We have our rerun workshop this Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to try to get out that Born Pretty stamping polish swatch video that I promised from last week, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.